Hi. I forgot to turn down my audio levels from when I did the arcade stream the other day, and apparently that made everything really fucking loud last episode. Oops. Yeah, that's classy. Anyway, we're playing this one. I've been watching this anime recently with Tilda. She found it. It was about like this anime, like this girl. Oh, cool. You actually get to see who it is now. There was like this girl, like magical girl who drops in on a Yakuza. It's like Hina something or other. It really makes me want to become like a bartender at like a really classy bar where I can just like be like, hey man, how's it going? You know? But that's not how it works. If you go to a bar, like you're just there to get smashed. Like when I go to a bar, I like to just have like a beer. I've had craft beer before. I don't fucking get the appeal, to be honest with you. Just fucking don't. Anyway, I hope that I got the audio levels right this time. It looks like they're better. Just looking at it, it looks that looks pretty comfy right there. Not quite as loud. Like I'm not blowing out your eardrums, so that's cool. It's pretty cool. Your stroll takes you to a nice part of town. It seems to have larger, more McMansion-style hives. Based on your past experiences on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know if you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because somewhere someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs. Yeah, definitely like bartender. Oh, hello there. I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. Are you trying to hit on me? I don't know who you... You don't know where you are, do you? By this point on your time on Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could say to convince this guy that you've got any sort of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but actually look more interested in But he actually looks more interested in you after confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. You perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerable naivete. That could be fantastic luck. Oh, fuck. See, this is those cards again. It's a good thing that I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of low bloods as I am. Oh, but that would make an assumption just because you're not much to look at. My bad. Doesn't mean... I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interested. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? You hesitate. You're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society. You're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role of blood color plays in this world. You've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. Just say blue. Like, how is he going to confirm that? Cut you? Wait, we're bleeding all over the fucking place, aren't we? What do you do? Like, if we say blue, then we're pure with him, right? So he's not gonna, like, try and suck our dick, and he's not gonna try and murder us, right? I'm not saying, like, super high, but blue is, like, it's respectable. It's a high class. If we tell the truth, we're definitely get murdered. I'm gonna lie. Oh, really? It's not that I don't want to be friends with other high bloods. I'm just a busy troll, you understand? So I don't befriend folks that might, you know, want to fill a quadrant with someday. Besides, high bloods just don't need as much as help in our unjust society. Stay awakened. Stay woke. He pumps his fist in the air and you immediately cop him, and the gesture doesn't seem to be enough to change his mind that you're not being oppressed enough for his taste. So, I don't think it's going to work between us. Okay. Out of his league. I mean, that's why I wanted to say, like, the same blood color as him. I'm going to try that again. That's a shitty result. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, like, I don't know. Maybe if, like, art goes tits up and stream goes tits up and YouTube dies, like, maybe I could be, like, a cool, chill bartender in a bar somewhere that, like, I don't know. I had a friend who was a bartender. It really fit him. Like, he needed the extra, like, attention. I don't like people. So. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a conjurant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is, or, I mean, good. I'm glad this episode is gonna actually fucking teach us about these things. Because I've been noticing that about Hiveswap Friend Sim in general, is it kind of goes off the assumption that you don't totally know what the fuck is happening. Like, it actually does seem like a good entranceway into this universe, because it's like, I'm just as ignorant as everyone else, but it seems like it would still be enjoyable for people who fucking know what's happening. Just my 2 cents. Like, I don't know the quadrants all that well, but I have a feeling that through this episode I'll know them. Which is good. I've learned a lot of stuff. Like, I've learned a little bit about the color casts and, like, breeding and what the fuck a Lussus is. Like, I almost have, like, Homestuck level knowledge. So there's that. You don't know what a quadrant is or what it means to fill one, given their experience on your planet this 4. You're nervous that it can mean something violent. You just don't want any further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're excited for a friendship as he is. You come on nice and strong, nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the undeserved members of the community whenever you can. My hive is this way, shall we? You follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night because you see a lot of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as Zebra. Zebra? Zebra? And you feel... And you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be low bloods walking with high bloods. Today is actually Flush Affirmation Day. So you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mace spirits out to celebrate. It's like Valentine's Day. Lucky for you, my flesh quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight. That sounds a little weird. Dustin needs to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friendship with plenty of other friends. Sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be, personally speaking. Maybe with 2 low bloods, not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know? I'm just looking for, like, a friendship. I'm not trying to join, like, a poly relationship. What about that? I have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship had taken to this peculiar place. Poly is just not my cup of tea, man. I don't spend enough time with the fiance as is. So it'd be kind of a dick move to, like, split that. I don't know. Plus, I just generally don't like people. Tilda's kind of the exception. I'd be a really shitty bartender. Like, I like people conceptually, but actually hanging out with them and being near them, I don't. So I think I'm just an introvert. You decide that maybe it's not the best thing to say here is nothing. Because who knows how I might interpret you next. Huh, it looks like there's a lot of high blood, low blood couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. Sad. Most of these low bloods are probably their mate spirits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty of the high bloods to take advantage of that. But not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. You're one of those, like, NPR trolls, aren't you? Like, you understand how, like, shitty the caste system of society is, but you're still, like, into it, and you donated it through a pledge drive. Not saying people who listen to NPR are necessarily that, but like that. Does that make sense? I feel like it doesn't. I'm an asshole is the problem. I think it's super terrible when high bloods don't treat their low blood mate spirits like queens like they are. You look around all these couples, the other class divide is pretty noticeable. Some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking about their low blood dates. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate spirit kneel down so she can give her a ride on her shoulders. Or his shoulders. It could be a cute couple-y thing, you guess, except for she's not laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot. But except for she's sure laughing a lot and has her heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem to be kind of humiliating. Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically in the process of waving his arms about in disgust. He slips an arm over your shoulders. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to see something like that. You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most McMansion-y hive in the block. He stops in front of it and lets go of you, gestures proudly at his sprawling home. Drinking some coffee. Welcome to my humble abode. My coffee's gone cold, but there's just the right amount of cream in it, so it tastes like drinking like cold brew, which I'm not a huge fan of, but like good cold brew, which is good. I got a question the other day asking whether or not I actually drink my coffee with sugar. No, just a dab of like cream though, just so that way it's a little bit milkier, a little easier to go down, less acidic. I want to work at a place that, like, personifies, like, I don't know, chill anime beats as the location. Is that a job? I want to just not have a job, I guess. Not really, because then I'd get bored and hate myself. I just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. That's straight up a zebra. And you have straight up zebra horns. When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished looking white zebra. Enormous zebra markings all over its body except for around its neck where there's a dark gray zigzags have formed the shape of what looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. Do people have lustises that look like they're trolls? Like, is that a thing? Where it's sort of like, is that a zebra face? Like, there are the ears, and this is like the nose line, and there are the eyes. Did I just solve the riddle of his fucking face? You don't know how a zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but it's pretty unquestionably the energy you're getting. Oh, don't mind my Lustus. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. He keeps old bloods or low blood, but he lets me keep low bloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all bad. Let me give you the grand tour. The zebra takes you through the spacious hive, and you can see other trolls in several other rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as zebras. You're guessing you're in some... These are the low bloods that he just mentioned. They seem to be doing all kinds of chores, sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in the troll-sized bathtubs for another, possibly fresher, greener slime. Each of these glances up at you and Zebra when you pass by, and then looks differentially away. So this is not... I'm gonna be a slave by the end of this, I have a feeling. Zebra Lustus is following you. Every time you exit the room, it pauses in the door, and when he's out, what could be orders, or possibly he just is berating them. You arrive at a empty ballroom-looking space downstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what could have been quite a party. Zebra seems to have noticing how all the trolls in here are scrubbing the floor and how they are all avoiding your eyes. See, I told you, I've taken plenty of guests. I believe that it's important to promote diversity, you know? That's why you don't see any indigo bloods around here. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of the communal living involves contributing your labor when necessary, right guys? A few low bloods mutter affirmation while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebra looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. Ah, they all don't realize it yet, but my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we? Perhaps his lust has taken enough tolerating your presence, because it takes the opportunity to step following you and huff at some more zebra guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone, and Zebra has turned all of his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly. The night's still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. You feel like you're going out of town to celebrate. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flush Reformation Day, I have lots of other friends I could introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know? Or if you're tired, I could show you to the guest room now and we could have a nice night in. Go out, stay in. Do I want the troll dick? Because I kind of don't feel like I do. I don't want to be a slave. But am I going to get ridden around like a fucking, like, mule if I go outside? Am I going to get ridden around like a fucking mule if I stay in? I'm not a fan of either of these. I mean, like, normally, like, you're unsure in a situation, it's best to be out with other people, so that way, like, if something bad happens, like, people will see it and you'll be able to, like, escape, or maybe you'll have a route out. But, like, everyone on this planet's a fucking psycho, so going out is probably bad. I kind of need to get my wounds cleaned up. I'm flipping a coin on this one. You know what? Yeah, I'm flipping a coin on this one. Heads, yes. Okay, it's heads. Show me your... I think going out with Zebra or on Flush Day might potentially give him the wrong idea, and besides, you're tired. You don't really feel like going out. You tell him you're ready to retire to your guest room now. Sure. Oh, bro, by the way, have you heard of Trixie Rumor? Probably haven't. You seem like you're... you don't seem like a very serious music fan. You got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. You should go, just in case she's there. You could have sworn that you just told him that you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You gather the remains of your energy and go out to the concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across the street to the concert. I mean, could you just, like, play me some of her jams? Like, I can lay in bed, you can crank up the jams, and I can be like, oh, that's nice, when I actually don't think it is, because that's how you deal with people like that. Only trying to hold your hand or putting around her arms you a couple of times on the way. Could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia? You hope so. It's not. Concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica, who, according to Zebra, is actually a low-blood whose songs are spreading truly radically message, but almost as radical as Trixie's. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean, since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question. What? The lyrics are about, well, about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard. Yeah, you're like kind of fake woke, my friend. Like, you're the fakest of woke. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, you're not on my level already. Don't know what I can say. You know? But enough about music. I want to talk about you. What kind of sort of things are you into? You have many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting to say that you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you. Cool. Sounds great. Really interesting stuff. But what kind of what's your quadrant situation like? It's harder to pretend that you know what he's talking about, but he asks you about having quadrants directly. You admit you have no idea what he means by the quadrant situation. Well, you're even more clueless than I thought. Don't worry, I still find you attractive. He goes on into a brief, but not really brief enough explanation of the 4 types of romance on Alternia. Mate, spirit ship. See? Thanks, Hiveswap, for explaining something to me that will fill the limited amount of brain matter that I've got with something I fucking don't need to know. But for the sake of this, I guess let's play. Let's do this. Flush quadrant, which sounds most analogous to human romantic partnership. So you're on a date with me, is what I was kind of sure of that. Moral allegiance, pale quadrant, which sounds exceptionally codependent friendship. Okay. So red ones are like friendship and love. auspicism, Ashen Quadrant, which you really don't understand at all. Part of me wants to, like, look it up, but part of me also believes that this game should explain it. Not because, like, it's its job, but because, like, I believe in it, and I also believe that by not understanding it, I play the part better. And kiss me suits, dude. The Black Quadrant, which sounds repeatedly like hooking up with someone you hate. Hate fuck. I'm thinking the other one's probably like just straight up hate, right? So you got like normal love, platonic friendship, straight up murder kill, and hate fuck. You're fuzzy about the details on all four, but you understand them well enough that he's asking if you're single. You tell him that you're just want to be friends. Of course, I respect your choices. If you ever change your mind, I'm right here. Being in a quadrant with an influential yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself could make your life a lot easier for you to thrive on Alternia. Wasn't he criticizing that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantaged relationship just a few hours ago? Wouldn't be very... I mean, I was going to point that out, but the game did, so whatever. Wouldn't be friendly of you at this point to make out his hypocrisy. Or point out his hypocrisy so you don't mention it. After another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear, then skulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit. Just got a tip that there's about to be a culling at this concert. We should get out of here. You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience, but are still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones who are getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of these other trolls in here of the danger? Oh, no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these low bloods that the culling is coming, that could mean risking my life, too. Not that I've ever tried, but everyone knows that. High bloods here would probably be fine, though. If you got each other's backs, it's important that you look after your comrades in the struggle. So it seems like, if you were a troll on this planet, the best strategy would be to just, like, check the crowd, you know? If a bunch of, like, high bloods leave a place, you need to bounce. Though why they're mingling with low bloods in the first place seems weird, but okay. Sure enough, you can see other trolls here who, much like Zebo, stand out because they're wearing nice clothes, are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. Low bloods are all still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them the tip-off. Come on, we gotta scram. The two of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time that Zebra decides that it's safe to slow down, you're tired and out of breath. Looking around, you see, looks like you've arrived back to the high blood part of town. You wonder if the drones have descended on all those trolls at the club now. You just can't hear it because the neighborhood is too far away and closed off and sheltered from the violence. That was a close one. And going to a low-blood cultural events like that can be dangerous. So one of the risks you have to take if you want to be an activist. I hate you. I, like, actively hate this kind of person. It's like, oh yeah, man, I help out the poor all the time. Like this one time, I bought some, like, Dove soap because they were doing a thing to help out, disadvantaged people in some whatever country. I'm pretty hardcore about activism. It's like, fuck you. If you don't want to be about that life, it's fine, but don't be fake. I can't tell you how many times I've risked culling for the fight for the low blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes. I think it's just cool how you supported me back there when we risked our lives for the cause. It's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and an ally, by supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that. This guy does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship is what you're looking for. So it's like whatever the diamond one was. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter. Fuck yeah, I love friendship. I've always believed that strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. I think dudes are actually like this, aren't they? Like, just normal-ass dudes are like this. And many trolls start being friends first and enter the other quadrants later. Even if you could try to be friends and then fight it too much, it can still prepare you for a canagulous quadrant. Either way, the thought of you being my friend makes my blood pusher beat a little faster. Sure, you say. You're doing is extolling the benefits of friendship, but boy, do you have some things to add to this list. For instance, friendship can give you the sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man. Friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move in or take you to the airport or other non-romantic activities. Think friendship is a great thing to pursue for your own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want more? Yeah, well, totally, you're so right about that. Friendship is a great first step. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? Did I persuade you to be an ally for low bloods, right? I mean, I can't really be an ally if I'm already one of them, right? It's not really how it works. I think by going by your blood color and how often you've almost gotten killed by the more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. Fucking wish I had combed my hair today so I could show you a face cam of my face right now. But you decided not to split hairs and just tell him that yes, you'll be an ally to yourself. You know, you always should be, I guess. You know, look out for yourself and other people that are like you. That's fantastic. So I'm so happy to hear about that. If you're an ally to low bloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate spirit. Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend. Yep, sure. Meant to say friend. He lets go of your hand, finally. Which at least counts for a partial victory, and then he winks. This is, I don't know if that really counts as friendship. Like, I'm like, hey, let's just be friends. And he's like, nah, let's fuck. It's like, but what if we didn't? What if we were just friends and you weren't creepy about it? Not a fan of him. Like, I was saying last episode that I've been able to become friends with, like, everyone who kind of seems similar to me, or, like, I recognize some part of myself in, because that's how I, like, enjoy characters. Like, I usually like characters that are, like, I see a little bit of myself in, you know? Because for the most part, I like myself. Like, I don't totally hate myself. I know that's, like, the millennial mood and all that, like, self-hatred and just accepting status quo. But, like, you know, like, I kind of like characters that are like me, or I can see myself in, or look like me. That's why I don't identify with, like, any Fallout characters, because they're all fucking weirdos and not actual humans. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to, like, take a jab at Fallout in a while, and it was building up inside of me. I keep having to show the fucking ad for Fallout 76 at work, and it's just... fuck it, honestly. Also, JoJo just got announced today. I guess that dates what day I did this, but you know, great. More bullshit for JoJo fans to annoy me with. If you want to annoy me with stuff, there's a comment section down below. Feel free to post anything. Just words. If you want, and I'll try and respond to it if there's something I can respond to. Otherwise, I'll ignore you. Or I'll forget to do that. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Bye!